Kevin, welcome to the broadcast. Congratulations on your absolutely mental flawless win today. I mean, first things first, like what the heck? Like what are you guys doing? How do you 13-0? Like how does that happen?
Not gonna lie, like I think that it was mostly like we've had this strategy drilled for a while, and I think the other team was a pretty fair match as you saw in map one. I think they just didn't have a very good bind attack strategy planned out. We
So
pretty much played the same setup and only adjusted on the fly, and it seemed like the mental just broke after game one.
I mean that's interesting to say. Well, I mean, do you think you would have like the scoreline would have been different if you started on your attack instead of your defense?
I think the answer is yes. I think it would have been a little closer. I think Andrew wouldn't have been whatever he was in zero. For sure. You just don't go 0 deaths on T side. That's impossible. If
I
you're
could
playing
that
the
makes
game,
sense.
right? So
Mhm.
that would have happened, and I think it would have been better for their mental. But we have pretty good strats for both sides, so I think we were pretty confident. We just didn't get to show them.
Speaking
Okay,
of
yes.
strats, where is your strat book coming from? Like, do you watch a lot of the pro players? Is this stuff like I believe you're the IGL as well? Like, is this stuff you come up with in addition? Like, where are these strats coming from?
I wouldn't take the full credit. I wouldn't take a lot of credit at all, actually, for the IGL. I IGL for like other games, but for this game, we kind of share shot calling. I think Jen's probably one of our more talkative players because he has the info with Cypher and stuff like that. We
Mhm.
all watch VCT and we all watch pro players and streams and stuff like that. So we'll share vids amongst each other on how to get better week to week. We'll look over some of our gameplay and then just watch pro players or just whatever the VCT players are doing. Just like try to adapt comps from that. Like I used to play Reyna a bunch and Sage. I was like, Breach is kind of good from watching EU, so I've been just spamming Breach ever since this tournament started.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's clearly working. I don't want to say that it's just the agent picks because Andrew is absolutely popping off, and I guess that's where I want to go next. Like, what are you guys doing anything to set this guy up, or is he just actually just one man army, just holding down wherever he needs to? Because obviously, you mentioned that it's primarily the fact that you guys are defending, and he's able to take the fights that he wants. But like, is there anything going into that, or is he just fighting, winning, and then just doing it over again?
So I would say not to like any strats or anything. I think just like inherently, we used to just like slot him into like, hey, you need an entry, you need to like do this because you're playing this champion or agent, and then we realized like honestly, just let him play the game he wants to play, and then we'll fill in like the spots we need to fill in, and then that's our most successful strategy. It's not
Mhm.
really a strategy per se, but it's just like our most successful philosophy. I think that like in this game, for example, like he just kind of like sat there at one spot and like people just stopped challenging, right? So like we get pressured there whether he's there or not, and so like it's good for us. Um, I
Mhm.
I don't know. From my point of view, watching him play this game, I didn't really like die enough to see him a lot, but like from my point of view, it didn't seem like a lot of super pop up plays. It seemed like they just kind of got disoriented by how strong our holds were, and then like flanks or something would just like tear him apart, or retakes would tear him apart because we
Mhm.
just had like a lot of setups
Yeah.
for like playing two people in pocket, for example, or stuff like that. I
Mhm.
don't know. Maybe from the spectating point of view, he was just like absolutely fragging heads, but it looked like it was just like a very solid play. And like
Mhm.
because of map one, like I have a lot of respect for the other teams' like setups. I just think that they just ran out of steam.
Yeah, definitely. You are, your team is currently undefeated in terms of best of threes, and I'm not sure if you've, faced every single other team in the league so far. But is there like a specific team you think that can, possibly bring you down, match you in terms of your strats and your just absolute fragging potential?
So we played the tournament before that Excellency hosted in May. We played against Lotus. Right? I think that team is really strong in terms of teamwork. I think they subbed one person, but since then, but like they just have great teamwork and great exec. So they gave us a run for our money last time around. I think we went to map three, and
Mhm.
then I think there's a team with a guy named Teddy on it. I don't know what F8. No, I don't know which team it is, but I think that guy is pretty cracked from everything we've seen. So it would be probably like a good check for Andrew, whether
Mhm.
like a skill check in that sense. I think that we can handle most of the remaining teams in the league. At least in a best of three. We do lose one ops, and we went to map 42 last week. So like by no means is it easy. In fact, we're definitely trying to work on it week to week, but everyone on the team is working other than Andrew. So it's or Andrew's working too. Everyone's working, so we don't have a lot of time to practice together as a team. We just play a lot of like four mans or three mans when we have time.
Yeah,
That is
yeah, that's great.
that's interesting. Yeah.
All right, I think that's going to do it for our interview. Thank you so much for being here, Kevin. I'm so excited to see you and the rest of your team, play out the rest of this league because I'm sure you guys are going to have so much success. That's going to do it for this week's edition of the Phantom Series. We will see you again here in 1 week, so be sure to stay tuned, and we'll see you guys in the next one.